Guys, welcome back to the second video in the Fat Loss Foundations video series. Now, the first video, hopefully you've seen it, was about the nutrition aspects of starting out on your fat loss journey. But remember, I'm not talking about your fat loss journey from, say, a weight loss perspective. I'm talking about a fat loss journey for people that want to improve their physique. Every time I talk to people, they really overcomplicate just losing a little bit of weight. I mean, to be honest, that doesn't interest me. Anyone can drop the calories, include a little bit of training and change their body a little bit. Just lose weight, lose a few inches off the waist. Improving your physique is what we do and is what we do best. Doesn't take everybody to stage, but it improves people's body shapes beyond what they believed was possible. And in a second, I'm going to talk to you about training. The training aspect of improving your body shape is so important. And do you know what? There is so much for you to learn. It's unreal. And I hope that you've been able to watch some of the videos I've already put out about training. And hopefully you've watched a lot of the content that I've got on M10 Life as well. Now, today I'm really going to talk about coming into the kind of physique world, what you need to do to improve your body shape. Should I be training giant sets, trisets, supersets? Should I be going straight in head first? Well, let me tell you, let me start somewhere. It depends where you're at right now. And I'm going to talk to you at a level as if someone's just come into the gym. Because these are the people that we see on a day-to-day basis. They're not people that have been competing or doing photo shoots for years and years and need a completely radical overhaul to a lagging body part. These are people that may have been to the gym a little bit. They don't really know how to train properly with weights. They want to improve their body shape. They do want to build muscle. And honestly, guys, if you're watching this and you follow M10, I'd hope you do too. Because to improve your body shape, whether you're male or female, building muscle is essential. Now, when it comes to the training component, overcomplicated. Women stay away from it because they're fearful of building too much muscle. Guys think they know it all and don't take on all the advice that's necessary. So, still guys hit the cardio because they think they don't know what they're doing and it's too much hassle to try and learn. And guess what? You enter into the weight loss trap and you're all as screwed as each other. So I'm going to tell you exactly where you're going to need to start. We're going to look at how often you should train. We're going to look at an example of a training program from the beginning. Now, I put a post out recently and I was just talking about what you really need to do at the beginning. And what happens at the beginning when we show a training program to one of our clients, say, this is what you're going to be doing. They almost look at us and say, I could have written that myself. And I'm like, well, you couldn't have written it yourself because the way that we deliver it and the way we make adjustments week by week to your training intensity, to the way that you execute exercises, makes fitness professionals like us as valuable as we are. Because I'll tell you one thing, people that don't make progress do the same. They do the same. They eat the same, they train the same way. No one pushes them, no one teaches them about progression of programming. And in the early days of training, most people say, right, I'm just going to go to the gym, I'm going to lift weights. You can't build a body by just doing the same thing over and over again. You need to look at how often you train. You need to tie that in with your diet. You need to look at the volume that you're doing. You need to look at the progression of the exercises. You're going to need to make sure if you want to build your chest, build your back, build your legs, that they're the muscles that are actually doing the job. You're going to want to make sure that you're not getting injured. But everybody goes into the gym, they train 3 to 4 days a week with weights, and they don't make progress. Now down the chart here, 1 to 6 is 6 months of program design. That's 6 months of my thought process as to what I would like somebody to have achieved by an end goal. Can I say that somebody's definitely going to be squatting after 4 months or 3 months or 2 months? No, because your biomechanics, the way that your body functions, the way that your joints move, the way that you bring your arms together or overhead is very different to individuals. Some have got longer arms, some have got shorter arms, some have got longer legs, some have got shorter legs. So training is very, very individual. So when we tell people a blanket statement like everybody should squat to the floor, I disagree. Everyone should put the barbell to their press. I disagree, because everybody's biomechanically different. What I can say about training is that most people try and start with exercises that are too advanced and they end up not making any progress at all. So let's just take a little look at what I'm going to go through here. First and foremost is training frequency. So you're going to look at how much time you can dedicate to the gym, or in my opinion, how much time you need to dedicate to make sure you're getting the results. And to start with, it's 3 or 4 times a week. And these letters A, B, and then a circle C is a bit of cardio. C is a little bit of cardio with a circle around it. And all I'm going to talk you through in your mind is, how do things improve? How do things move forward? Now, to get a result, to make money in business, you've got to work harder. You've got to grind a bit harder. You've got to put a little bit more work in than other people. You've got to make a little bit of a sacrifice at a certain time each day, but not to complicate your life. It's got to be something that you want to do. But this doesn't take a lot of your week. 3 hours of your time per week to go to the gym. So we're going to start off, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to start off with somebody at the beginning training on a Monday, on a Wednesday, and a Friday. Simple. And we could literally, this is why I want you to understand how basic this is. AAA is 3 of the same workouts. No one gets bored of seeing results. Our clients over time, some of them will come in and say, hey, yeah, my program is pretty basic. When does it change? When do I get more advanced stuff? And I'm like, look at your results. Is your back changing? Are your legs changing? Are your glutes growing? Is your chest developing? If the answer is yes, the program's working. If you feel great, feel energized, sleep well, great sex drive, you name it, we're making progress. Training programs do need to change after 3 or 4 weeks for a lot of people new to the gym. Why? Because they just get a bit bored. From my perspective, I don't get bored of making progress or getting leaner. I don't get bored of putting on muscle mass. And if I find a system that works until the point that I'm stopping getting stronger, I'll keep following it. So we take a client in and we're going to train 3 times a week. Why do we only use 1 workout? Well, I'll tell you. If you use 1, 2, or 3 workouts, you've got 3 things to learn, 3 full programs to learn, which can take 2 or 3 weeks to get a grip of. So you have workout 1, 2, and 3, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You spend Monday trying to teach that program, Wednesday teaching that program, Friday teaching that program, or trying to learn how to do it. You end up doing 3 weeks of learning 3 programs and make very little progress in either of them. You take 1 program and do it 3 times more frequently. What's going to happen? You're going to get better at it, which means your muscles are going to develop, they're going to grow a lot quicker, and you can increase the intensity. That is the number 1 reason why. So we go week 1 to 4, 3 sessions a week. After 4 weeks, depending on where we're at with the clients, we've been known to go to 2 or 3 months without changing the training program because it's working. We could add in 1, 2, 3, 4. Just add in a 4th training session. What that's going to do over time, providing that we've got the nutrition right, as you followed that in the last video, that's going to add in some extra frequency. It's going to add in some extra work. All right. So the point about this is we're adding in some more work. If you're eating an optimal amount of food, you're going to stimulate more tissue. Ultimately, you're going to burn more body fat because you're doing more work. Then we have another look at, say, month 3. What we do at month 3 is we bring in a second workout. Why? Because you've learned exercise A, or workout A. You're going to bring in a second workout, and you're going to bring that in for twice a week. Now, there's absolutely no reason why you can't switch everything around and start the beginning of the week with B workout, and then A, and then B, and then A. But for that 3rd month, you're going to follow 4 training sessions, still 4. You're still going to be making progress. You're still going to be building muscle tissue. It doesn't need to be as complicated as a lot of people make out. Then we move into month 4. We can follow the same sequence with A and B. At any point, bearing in mind, these workouts can change. So if you want to vary the workouts, you've got a bit bored after a month, that's not a problem at all. We can add in, now remember, we're trying to improve fat loss and build muscle tissue, so at some point, we'd like to bring in a little bit of more output. So at month 4, you see the circle here, we could just get somebody to go out for a walk for 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes is an output across the whole week of 60 minutes of extra work. A little bit more output. Month 6, or so stay on month 5, we can then go up to 5 sessions, AB, ABA. So we've gone from 3 sessions right the way down to month 5, and we've got 5 workouts and 1 cardio. Notice I've taken the cardio and replaced it with a workout. Then we get to month 6, Across the board here, the overall volume of the workouts has stayed relatively the same. When we get to month 6, AB, little bit of cardio, ABA, all right? But what we've done is increase the volume. Now with most people initially, 2 to 3 sets of each exercise for the first couple of months is fine. 3 to 4 sets can be brought in at month 4 and month 5. Then when you want to hit month 6, there's no reason why, when I show you this program in a second, you can't then up that to another couple of exercises within a workout. So what I wanted to show you here really was how you can kind of schedule your thought process to make the programming harder, make it more varied, and improve your chances of getting results by having a plan in place. That's what coaches like me do. We look at where you're at right now, we look at how often you've been training, what sort of results you want, and where I want you to be in 6 months' time. If I've got 12 to 16 weeks to get a result with somebody, I'm not going to suddenly start somebody throwing in 5, 6 sessions a week when they're getting results off the bare minimum. So remember, when you're training, if you're relatively new, your workouts are not gauged based on how much you sweat. They're based on how much your nutrition is impacting your physiology, and they're based on how much you can actually work on the muscle tissue to stimulate that anabolic response, which is going to help you burn body fat. So across the board here, first thing to notice, I've given you a little bit of a formula that you can follow when it comes to training. The second thing we've got to consider, which I want you to have a little bit of an understanding at, is how basic the programs are that we write. The programs aren't putting 3, 4 exercises together, making you run around the gym, making you do drop sets, supersets, crazy stuff, all right? Stuff that is more advanced for people that don't know how to, stuff that's too advanced for people when you haven't learned the foundations first. So what we've got here is an example. We've got the leg extension, shoulder press machine, line leg curl is a machine, chest press is a machine, the leg press, and a seated row. Now, what do these all have in common? They're on machines. Why? Well, over the years, I've noticed quite a few things when it comes to trends and training. A lot of trainers overcomplicate stuff just so they look good in the gym. I promise you, you would get more out of training with me on the leg extension than you've ever done with anybody training in all the years that you've done training. Is it an incredible tool? Yes. Only if it's taught and executed right. What about the shoulder press? Oh, well, I know how to go in the gym and do a shoulder press. What if I taught you about how to do the shoulder press? So it's actually about how you execute exercises. What's less important, really, is just the exercise order. I mean, although it's important that you follow an exercise order, it's important about the exercises that have been chosen, whether or not you're able to do them, or whether you spend half the time in the gym looking like someone that's never ever tried to stand up before. So we got people doing split squats and they're wobbling all over the place. We've got people with dumbbells and they're all here. The muscles that you're trying to train when you're trying to build your physique are not being stimulated because you don't know how to contract them. So you spend more time wobbling your shoulders and wobbling your hips when you're trying to do legs unstable than you do building muscle. So what I do with clients, we put everyone that we work with 9 times out of 10 on very fixed, stable machines, and we teach them, do you feel your chest? 100%. Do you feel your legs? 100%. What about your back when you do a row? Everything is locked in, I feel it, and I feel the muscle. Now if we take you 3 months down the line to working with dumbbells, do you think that I could tell you to do the same thing even though you've got 2 steel objects just wobbling around in your hands? Hell yeah, because I've learned how to do that from the beginning. So whenever you see something like this, also remember that repetitions are going to be very, very important. Someone new to training should never really do with most exercises, apart from things like the leg press, which you're very, very locked in with, anything above, say, 12 repetitions. Why? If you're relatively new to lifting weights, you're not going to be strong. So if you're going to try and lift 15, 20, 25 reps, you're going to have to use a very, very, very light weight, which is not really enough to stimulate the muscle tissue. So you should only really bring the higher rep stuff in when you're able to handle a little bit more load. What about using very, very low weights, 3 to 6? I want to improve my strength. Trust me, If you can't lift 8 to 10, you're still going to be improving your strength. It's relative strength is a very different thing. Strength and speed is a very different thing. Making yourself a little bit stronger is what you're trying to do and build muscle tissue. So don't freak out at the fact that you're not doing 6 to 8 repetitions because that you want to get stronger. You've got to look at the repetition bracket that's appropriate for you. You want to build muscle, you're going to improve your strength. And remember that the heavier you go when you're 3 to 6, your joints, your tendons, your ligaments, and more importantly, your nervous system, they're not able to produce the amount of force required until you've actually had some training experience in the gym. So what I've really done with this is give you an understanding of a 6-month kind of thought process behind writing out your training, a very, very basic template for you to work from so that you can have a clearer understanding that this doesn't need to be complicated. Now, write your second program. There are lots and lots of workouts you can buy, foundational workouts. You might want to replace this, for example, with a push and pull workout. So pushing exercises, chest, okay, triceps, leg extension, leg press. What about a pull workout? You've got biceps, you've got lying leg curl, you've got hip extension, and you've got rowing exercises. Very, very simple to put a program together with pushing on day one, pushing on day one and pulling on day two, and then you can mix that up. And then adding variety to your repetitions and adding variety to your sets only should increase over time. At the beginning, it should be 3 to 4 workouts, follow the dietary principles that I've given you, follow a very basic program, don't do more than 1 program for the first 4 to 8 weeks, simplify everything, get your technique absolutely bang on, and if you need any help from somebody and you are prepared to drop your ego and learn a little bit, then I would highly advise you book yourself in with a coach somewhere to help you. If you're wanting to improve your physique, more is not better. More, when you're slowly building your calories up, drives you into a hole, pushes weight off you too quickly, you won't build muscle, and I promise you won't burn body fat. I'm going to tell you honestly, this formula is what we use with nearly every single client that's coming to see us to improve their body shape. It's very basic because the clients coming to see us are basic. The nutrition is basic, but the clients coming to see us are basic. To help somebody go from basic through to average to excellent, you need to go through a formula. And we never expect our clients to do something based on where we want them to be. We start them off where they are right now. So I hope the foundational thought processes of exercise kind of layout or training layout has been of value to you and has been of help to you. And as always, guys, subscribe to the channel and leave any comments below. Anything is helpful, and any extra videos you'd like to see me do, please leave in the comment section.